Good morning, Dr. FADZILAH. My name is Wong Zirin William. I have the matrix number of S29104. I'm from the course of Diploma of Fisheries, Semester 2. I'm currently 20 years old. I'm currently residing now in Kuala Lumpur due to the corona outbreak or the COVID-19 outbreak. I've taken a flight back, so now I'll be presenting my online presentation at home. Firstly, I would like to apologize for my late of handing in or presenting my presentation. I have been very busy recently with all my dorm or ketua block related work, and also with the problem of the coronavirus outbreak, where I had to change flights and book new flights to ensure that I will be able to be home so that I can be self quarantine at my home. So to begin my presentation, initially I decided to not have any topic because I wanted to spontaneously do it and have a conversation with doctor. But because now that the presentation is online, I decided to choose the topic on complexities and life itself. I would just like to present on my thoughts or my opinion on life itself. So firstly, I would like to talk about the importance of studying and the importance of being a student and enjoying the life of becoming a student. I would like to talk about how important for us as students to represent ourselves as students. For example, I'm from Universiti Putra, Malaysia, which is the second most renowned university in Malaysia. With that said, I believe that we as university students should always represent ourselves as best we can, regardless of the ranking of the university itself. I'm just stating that as an example, whereby, as said, that if the more renowned, the more higher ranked, or you can say maybe the more academically inclined universities, of course the students themselves are expected to be more prepared, more ready, more formal in a sense. So with that, I would just like to present on how we should represent ourselves as university students and how we should be, and how the whole mentality and stigmatisms and just complexities and thoughts or mentality about becoming a university student. Firstly, I would like to think upon how important it is to always represent ourselves. Just be formal, how important is this to be formal, how important it is to be polite and to be respectful of all of our doctors, our professors, and our lecturers. I think that's a very key aspect, especially for us as university students, to prepare ourselves for the future, to join the working class or the working industry. I think that's a very key aspect or key skill to learn. Next, I would like to discuss about time management. Time management, I believe, is also a skill that should always be mastered, or at least try to master while you're in university, especially when it comes to juggling busy schedules with things like assignments, presentations, classes, extracurricular, things like exercise is also important. Socializing, I think, is also really important. These are all the things that I believe that we should always manage well and try our best to do as best we can to prepare ourselves in the future. On the topic of that, especially socializing, I feel that's a very important aspect to learn and to be in a way good at, because I believe that although yes, based on the academic side where we're talking about the IQ, maintaining or achieving a 4.0 CGPA, or at least as close as you can get to a 4.0 CGPA, I believe that it is important, especially for applications and being more being being if I may, I've forgotten the word in English, but in Malay it's called layak, becoming available or being applicable for the job. I believe that that is important to have, but I also do believe that EQ is also a very important aspect. It should be I would not say prioritized, but should be emphasized or maybe slightly focused on, because I believe that having good social skills in talking and good formality in talking, and in general just being more comfortable and more confident in public speaking, speaking to adults, handling real life or adult related problems, such as things like um, paying taxes, doing documentations, doing presentation, maybe perhaps applying for anything like a university application, college application. I feel like these are the things that really will help you prepare yourself for the future, to become a more better, more confident, more just being an adult with who is more inclined, more apex, you can say, more more better in a way, more more stable, more ready for the challenges of the real world. Next, I would also like to touch upon mentality, where I believe that developing or cultivating a strong sense of mentality, especially where your thoughts are, is also really, really important. Things like having a right sense of mentality, being a little more open, being a little bit less dense, being a little bit more daring, willing to try things, willing to help, being helpful towards others, especially in minor things like for example, sharing a pen. I feel like that is the mentality that sometimes us as the younger generation perhaps lack, because to me personally, things like sharing a pen, lending a eraser, is something that's very minor. So it's something that is of course very doable, and it's okay. This is how it's a very doable action, and it's how you make friends and you build bonds, and that's how you develop friendship. That's how you become more sociable, more friendly, you become more approachable too. So I believe that that is a very good sense to have. Also on mentality, I believe that I think we should just, as students, we should just be a little bit more loose, you can say, a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more relaxed. I do agree that it's important to study really hard and be academically okay, like to score high, but it's also important to ensure that you have something you can hold on, especially on the EQ part, where you can be more sociable, make more friends, develop a nice network, have more connections. I believe that that is important, especially when you face things in the real world, because academics is not everything when it comes to facing the real world. As for my personal belief, so I just feel that students should just have a more open mind, a more a more open sense of thought. Um, and before I end my presentation, Doctor, I would again like to formally apologize for my overdue due of my assignment. Um, and I would really like to thank you, Doctor. Supposedly, this was supposed to be thanked face to face in person, where I really wanted to have a conversation and really thank say thank you to Doctor, because I truly believe that doctors, your words are very inspiring, but that's not the word I would use. It's more of like your words are liquid gold. I feel that Doctor really give all of us diploma and fishery students a chance in surviving the real world, because your stories, your ideas, your sharing is really important, especially when you put effort into it, especially when you always push us into listening and you always try your best to make sure we listen to your stories. Because I do believe that your experience your experience with life itself is really your sharing of it is very thoughtful and very kind and very special. I do feel like that Doctor is the only doctor I will ever meet to be able to share this kind of stories. Because if I may use bahasa a mix of language bahasa campur, because the pengalaman, right, is really important, because Doctor experienced everything in life, and you're willing to share to us. So that is, I just want to say thank you for that. And I just would like to let Doctor know that even though I'm not always present in class, I'm not always at the front of the class, I always listen to every single word you say. I always listen, and I will take everything into thought, because really your advice, your stories is very important to survive, to be able to know how to face the real world. Because you're telling us, actually, though I feel like I know this for a fact, where Doctor is actually telling us a fact. You're telling us the answers of how to face the real world, and that is something that is very special, very special, that you're just sharing the answers, the secrets, the keys to live a better life, to live a happy life, to be successful, to be happy, to be successful, to be just being a better human in general. So I would just really like to thank Doctor again, and thank you so much for all of your stories, your pengalaman, your experience, and the fact that you always push for us, and just for sharing, for us, for giving us all these amazing stories about your life. Yeah, that's all I just wanted to say. Thank you so much, Dr. Fadzilah. I hope you take the time in watching my video, and and yeah, thank you so much, Doctor. Take care.